When I was in school, I was not yet honest with myself, let alone with other people, about being gay, but I remember an intense pressure to conform.
No one at school knew that I was gay, including me.
I was called a fag and a queer well before I knew what those words actually meant.
Growing up, I always sensed that I was different, but I experienced being teased and bullied because of that difference. I had interest in other girls, but I buried those feelings. I buried my strong feelings because it wasn't safe to recognize that.
I always felt on the outside of things, and I didn't know why. It wasn't like I woke up one day and I'm like, maybe I'm gay. It was like, I just don't feel like everybody else. I just feel different.
I didn't feel right. I didn't feel like I fit.
And I felt very scared about sharing what was then a secret with my family and friends.
I was very lucky to have parents who were very supportive of me, and a class in which it would have been possible to be out and not be bullied too much. But on the other hand, I never felt comfortable as a middle schooler or a high schooler being open about my sexuality.
I often felt like I didn't fit in with my peers, and I also often was worried about my place in the world and where I was going to find happiness and how I was going to be able to relate to my family and find meaning in my life when I recognized that the feelings I had and my sexual orientation were going to put me at odds with a lot of the beliefs I had grown up with.
Every time was hard. It wasn't like you come out once and then that's the end of it. Coming out is a process. It's not a one-time thing. And so I had to steel myself for every occasion.
I was surprised to find that a lot of my peers who I assumed would not accept me, they really were very accepting, and they showed a lot of love to me. And I think through that I was able to open up to people, and they became lifelong friends for me.
Even though it was a little rough at first, my parents have been nothing but supportive.
And in fact, they started a PFLAG, Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays chapter in the town where they lived. And according to the PFLAG way of talking, they would call Ginny daughter in love.
I'm supported by my family, my friends, my colleagues, my hospital, my medical school, and my community. And those are things that I would never have imagined when I was younger.
People that you meet, generally who are worth dealing with, don't really care that much whether you're gay or straight. And actually, it's just another part of who you are.
Most people, when you get out in the world, are going to treat you for your actions and not for whether you happen to be gay or straight.
When our marriage announcement appeared in the newspaper, we had scores of responses from strangers and friends alike congratulating us on our wedding.
I actually met my fiancée on my first day of intern orientation, the day I began my medical residency here in Boston. And we've essentially been together ever since.
I was fortunate enough to meet an incredible partner. She and I have been together for over 10 years. Our lifetime together certainly won't be long enough, and it is wonderful to just be able to be in love and to appreciate and be loved and just be surrounded by such warmth. We're actually expecting our first child in January, so we're starting our own family.
And being gay may have changed how we went about making a family, but it didn't change us wanting a family. It's now 2.5 years since we've been able to welcome our daughter Emily into our lives. And Emily's now 2.5 and a thriving young girl, and makes us a really complete family.
After 23 years together, we got married. We just celebrated our 5-year wedding anniversary. And our children are 6 and 11. And I feel that my life is better than it ever was before. I feel incredibly grateful for the turns that have taken.
There are thousands of gay doctors and many, many more thousands of very supportive doctors who are willing to be there for you just to talk.
The Trevor Foundation hotline, which is 24/7, anybody can call.
There's the liberal religious tradition, like the Unitarian Universalists and other churches that have rainbows on their doors that There are people in the world who love you and accept you for exactly who you are.
Find friends, find people to support you, talk to teachers, talk to support groups, talk to club members, neighbors, anyone who is willing to listen is there to help you.
Things definitely do get better.
It gets better.
That it absolutely gets better and that you can do this. You can absolutely do this.
It gets better. Don't give up. And you are a wonderful person the way you are.